Hey, what's going on, guys? Here with good old Jack Paul, who's going to be profiling his Igknights. Oh yeah, there's a name tag right there. Take it away, man.
Alright guys, we're going to go into the main first. All the Igknights have the same effect. I'm going to read it. If you have an Igknight card in your other Pendulum Zone, you can destroy both cards in your Pendulum Zones, and if you do, add one Fire type or Fire Warrior type monster from your deck to deck or graveyard to your hand. So that's very good. You can recycle a little bit, you can search out from your deck, stuff like that. But you basically play 3 each Igknight. I play 3 Igknight Gallatin, 3 Igknight Margrave, 3 Igknight Templar, 3 Igknight Paladin, 3 Igknight Crusader, and 3 Igknight Squire. That's all the Igknights. There's a total of 18. They all have the same effects. There's not a whole lot to go into them. The scales for all of them is either 2 or 7, so that's how you can special summon every Igknight there is.
Yep.
This is the main guy of the deck. You want to play 3 Royal Magic Libraries. This is your draw engine. I mean, since they all count as spells when they go to your Pendulum, you get a counter for each one, and you just get this loop where you basically always have like 3 cards in hand after the first loop. So I mean, you just keep doing it until you run out of being able to draw. It just depends on what you draw into after a while. But I mean, there's been times where I've literally milled all the way until or drew all the way until I had like 4 cards left in the deck. So you can see how much draw power you can get. Then I play 1 Ultimate Baseball Kid. He's really good for the OTK, mainly if they don't have like if they don't have back row or a monster, you can easily OTK if you end up searching him later on, since you can search him since he's a warrior type fire monster. Basically his effect is he gains 1,000 for each fire type monster you control. So if you have 4 Igknights, he's a 4,500 beat stick.
Yep.
And say I hit you for 4,500, then I could also, if say the Igknights don't attack just in general, but I mean I'd make them attack, I could send them to the graveyard, and for each Igknight that you destroy, which they'll go to the Pendulum Zone, you burn him for 500. So I mean you could burn him for another 2,000 on top of you attack too. So I mean, even if you upstart him 3 times and they're 11,000, you can still OTK by attacking with him, the Igknight monsters, and then you burn him for another 2,000. So in situations, this can be very good OTK. It doesn't happen all the time, but it's still pretty good.
Yeah, basically, really quickly with Ultimate Baseball Kid, if you have the full board of Igknights with him, he's 4,500 damage on his attack, and then 2,000 more with the 4 Igknights contribute.
Exactly.
So 65 on his own.
65, and then that's not even counting the Igknights attacking. So if they're at 11,000 because you upstarted 3 times, you're still going to win most likely.
Yeah.
Then the last monster, with a count of 23, is 1 Rescue Hamster. He recycles the ones that you have in your extra deck. What you do is you put him in the Pendulum Zone as a scale, use his effect to banish him, and then you can add 2 Pendulum monsters from your extra deck that are face up back to your hand with the same name. So it's really good to recycle like 2 Templars, 2 Paladin, 2 Margrave, whatever you have to at the time being. So it's very good recycling.
Yep.
Onto the spells, a total of 17. I play 3 Summoner's Art. He's the one that search out Gallatin or Margrave, so you kind of need 3 of those, plus it's a counter for Royal Magic Library. You play 3 Rhoda for Paladin or Templar or any other ones like Squire or Crusader, level 4 or lower.
Or Ultimate Baseball Kid.
Or Ultimate Baseball Kid, yeah. Didn't even realize that until now. That's good to know.
Yeah.
3 upstarts for consistency, deck thinning, and also pretty much counters. Pretty much any spell that I'm going to show you is a counter for Royal Magic Library, so you can see the loop. I play 2 Forbidden Lands. It's pretty decent, but it sometimes can be not as good in the deck. The only reason I mainly put them in here for now is since I'm playing the more aggressive build, there's times where I either need to get their monster low attack, or it did help me today in one game, but it also helped me a little bit against when someone was trying to Dark Law me, but you know how their deck's pretty consistent, so regardless, I still got Dark Lawed. But it did save me. I mean, when you get Dark Lawed first turn with this deck, you're pretty much destroyed unless you go first and hope to God you get your board set up before he does that, so it just depends.
Yeah.
Play 2 MST, back row still a little bit bad against this deck in some ways, depending on if they stop me. So hopefully I can MST a Solemn or a Mistake or something that's going to stop me from getting my moves off. So that's still decent. Onto the 1-ofs, I play 1 Pot of Riches. It recycles from either your graveyard or your extra deck zone. Basically you shuffle 3 Pendulum monsters into your deck and then draw 2, but for the rest of the turn you can only Pendulum summon Pendulum monsters, which really you're only using this card when your back's against the wall or you need to get more Pendulums in your deck. So still decent. Some people play 2, but I prefer 1. I play 1 Dark Hole just for mostly the OTK. If I draw into this after doing the loop for a good amount of time and I am able to wipe my opponent's board and I don't have no back row, then most likely I'm going to win because I'll bring out 2 Eggsys that can literally OTK, and I'll go through that later. And then I play 1 Chicken Race, or sorry, Chicken Game. And the reason for that is mainly just because I want to have a little bit of consistency with my draws sometimes. Your opponent can pay 1,000 to destroy it anyway, so it's mostly just get that draw off. I'm thinking of bumping it up, but for now just one to try it out, and then one terraforming for either a counter or to search it if I have to. That does it for the main. Onto the side. I have one mistake in rest. I'm going to get another one here soon. This is actually really good in the mirror match, and I just realized that when I pulled the other day. You basically activate at the end of your turn after you set up your field. It gives you a counter, and it also stumps your opponent for the next turn if you're playing an Ignite player, mainly because they cannot search that turn. And then, yes, your next turn you can't search either, but if you already have field advantage, you already have, pendulums in your zone, it doesn't really matter. You're just stopping them, so then you can just OTK them unless they run traps, which most Ignite players do not. So this is actually like the best card to get in the mirror match. You want to go first, you want to get this card.
Good against so many other meta decks like
Teller
Knights, Necrods, please.
So it's also pretty decent. Most of those people most likely will run the regular mistake, but this is very good for certain decks and certain mirror matches, stuff like that.
Like to search but still want to stop searching.
Exactly. I play 2 Zombie World mostly for the Klee matchup. It will end up getting changed most likely, but I have a lot of Klee hate because I have a tough matchup with him no matter what deck I play, whether it's Necros, whether it's Ignites, whatever.
I know the pain.
It's really, especially with turbo towers. You do not want to get towered. That is the worst feeling in the world, and you just want to put your cards on the ground and cry. But yeah, 2 Zombie World. And then I play 2 Wavering Eyes. This is also for Klees. Very good for the matchup with them in the mirror match, mainly just because you pop their scales, you pop your scales, and then they go in sequence of you burn your opponent for 500, you can search out a Pendulum monster in your deck, you can get the Banish one card on the field, and then for the 4th one you search out the other Wavering Eyes. So it's really, really, really good against Klees.
Definitely.
Onto the traps to the side, I play 2 Light Imprisoning since I don't really run any light monsters except for extra deck, which that doesn't affect me as much anyway. I play 2 Shadow Imprisoning for a dark deck, BA, Shadal, whatever, and then 3 Mind Crush. Good in the mirror, but mostly for Necros, so just depends. That does it for the side. Total 15 whenever I get the other 2 cards. I'm actually putting Shared Rides in there too, it's also good in the mirror. Onto the extra deck, I play 1 Wind Up Zen Memes. He's easy to get out because you run like 6 rank 3s.
So loud in here.
So loud. This is what happens in Yu-Gi-Oh! And other games. 1 Castel. He's good in situations where you just need to get something off the field face up. 1 Evil Swarm Exotonate. If you need to blow the field, it's still very helpful. I mean, in Ignite you don't want to do as much because you have scales, but sometimes you just have to, so it's sometimes good. 1 Gaga Cowboy to end a game. Gaga Samurai, he's good just because he can help OTK since it's a 3,800 beat stick basically when he can attack twice, if it's direct. Then I play, this is the combo to get off your OTK if they have nothing. Basically, these are 4,000 beat sticks, so when you detach 2, they become double their attack, which they start at 2,000. So you pretty much go for a game at that point, unless you upstarted, which hopefully you don't upstart. I could have had to OTK, but I upstarted and didn't realize I did. So, but I still won. But it could have did it right there and there. But
then you could do the same thing with Blade Armor, but it's going to be like 800 extra damage. It's 44 for each.
Probably get switched out for him. Yep. 101 Honor Arc. He's good just because honestly he's a staple rank 4 nowadays. You really just need him for certain decks. So And then this is the God card of the deck. This guy is so broken, and I actually was playing Andrew, ironically, and I was trying to get him out, but he soul-umed my Pendulum. So if I would have got him out, he's lucky that he had the soul, and that was going to be very good. I could tell you had something. I was like, oh god, this is going to backfire, but I have to try it. So basically what his effect is, this goes in sequence similar to Wavering Eyes. When you have 5 Exi materials, it goes in order of this. For 1 more Exi material, or 1 or more Exi material, basically it goes like this. For 1 Exi material, he cannot be destroyed by battle. For 2, he gets raised to 1,500 more attacks, so he's at 3,000 attack and defense. For 3, he cannot be targeted by your opponent's card effects, just in general.
He's unaffected, actually.
Unaffected, yeah, so just in general, whether it's Honor Arc, whether it's Stark Hole, Raigeki, Torrento, anything. So basically, he's just like unstoppable at that point. 4, your opponent cannot normal or special summon monsters. So that's really good against certain decks. They can't do anything, and they can pendulum scales, but that's about it. And then the 5th one is the best. You nuke your opponent's entire field. You do not have to detach for any of these effects. What happens is at the end of your opponent's next phase, that's when you detach. So going into your opponent's turn, you're still going to have 5 materials. So that means for 2 more turns, he can't normal or special. So this guy literally is the boss of Ignites. If you were playing Ignites and you don't play this guy, then you're playing the deck wrong. I'm sorry.
Definitely.
I go 1 Talamis. He's good for against dark decks mainly because you can go into Diamond. He's also good because if you have to, I don't play the build where I have a rank 5 to really go up into as much melee. I mean, I do, but I would prefer to use like Margrave, stuff like that, just because it just depends on the situation. I don't really want to waste a lot of materials going to the grave or extra deck monsters in general, but I could do it if I had to. And then 1 diamond for Shaddolls and BA, stuff like that runs dark. I play 1 Artifact Durandal. This may get switched out from Velosaurus whenever I can get my hands on one, but he's really good against some decks, like ones that play Exodia and stuff. It could actually make a difference, I guess. Like if you make them shuffle their hand, they actually brick when they draw out cards. So I guess it can be helpful sometimes. Plus his other effects decent. Say they activate Dark Hole, I can detach and make it basically the Dark Hole turn into an MST. So if I don't have any scales up or back row or anything like that, it basically just becomes a dead card. So it's really good against some decks.
For its effect, you do have to have a card. So if you don't have a card, you can't do that. So you have to have at least one for them to pop.
For him. Okay. Well, mostly for the scales then.
And then with Durandal too, one of the biggest reasons I played in Injectors is because it is a way to try to get around deck cards of Valkyries and any other hand battle traps.
That I didn't even think of. That's very good for that. Very true. I play 1 Tyrus. He's basically like wind up Zen means, except when he's just attacked or and when he attacks in general, the end phase you get to pop a card.
And the battle phase actually.
Oh, into the battle phase, yes. So I mean he's pretty good. I mean he helps you pop something on the field that's like being pesky and you have to pop it by card effects. So he's pretty helpful. I play 1 wind up Arsenal Zamani. He's really good for if you're setting up for the OTK mainly because if say my opponent sets a back row and he sets a face down, you can detach a material from his card and then pop 2 set cards your opponent controls. So I mean if there's something you can't activate response or this or that, most likely I'll get the pop and then I can bring out something that can help me OTK. So just situational. And then for the last card I play M7. So just the recycle from grave. That pretty much does it for the extra deck and pretty much does it for the main deck and deck in general. So I hope you guys enjoyed. This is a deck that's very tweakable. Ignites aren't really tier anything yet right now. They're just starting to get kind of brought up into the Yu-Gi-Oh world. I can see they're going to be decent. I can see they're going to not maybe be like tier 1 like broken, but they'll have it to where it's kind of like chicken game where they can OTK you first turn if they have the right combo. So I mean it just depends on in general, but this has been a very good deck. It's been pretty consistent, and I look forward to making it better once either we get support or we just get cards that make it support. So.
Or even just Infinity in general.
Infinity in general will make this deck even better. So hopefully we'll get that at one point. But Japan's beating us on that one. So hope you guys enjoyed the deck profile. This is Jack signing off.
Yep. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, guys, and we'll catch you next time.